Hello there. Hi. Come on in, come on in. I mean, you're already in because technically you're dreaming, so not really an escape until you wake up. Yes. Hi. Well, I'm here to give you the ultimate nightmare experience. You've probably been to like the dream travel agent type thing in some of your nicer, sweeter dreams. But as it is coming up to October, the spooky season. I mean, personally, the spooky season is all year round. But, for you lay folk, spooky season starts on the 1st of October. I will hear nothing of the sort that it starts on the 31st and ends on the 31st. Zip it. What we're going to do today is give you the ultimate nightmare experience. You do get to choose it yourself, yes. Yeah, I see you have lots and lots of questions. You will be able to control the dream. Yes, it is a lucid dream, hence why I'm here. I'm going to give you all different options, things you can choose, what you can do in the dream, and then I'll just leave you to get started with it, if that's alright. First things first, I need to take some measurements because, if you want to decide what you're wearing in the dream, depending on type of character you are. Okay. Got my trusty tape measure. Yes, so, do you know your height? I don't think it's that sweetheart. Let me just measure you. Okay, let's see. Okay. And if you could hold out your arms for me. Okay, yeah, that's nice. I'm gonna go across your chest. Yeah, just stand normal. Don't try and puff out your chest or anything. Okay. Yeah. Your wrists. I'll just put this round. You never know when you want something tight around your wrist in a nightmare. You're not allergic to any metals, are you? Latex. Okay. And now I'm going to measure your face length. And width ear to ear. Okay. If you just close your eyes for me. Measure across your eyes. Okay. And then this ear, which is 7.6. And this ear, which is 7.5. Okay. And I'll measure across your nose. Yeah. I'm going to go around the circumference of your head now. Just getting that measurement. And around your neck. Might have a lot of things around your neck. Okay. And your torso. Your shoulders. Okay. Around your waist. Excuse me, I'll just get around there. Just measure that. Okay. Okay. And then your hips. It's all very necessary, trust me. I'm just trying to ease you into the nightmare so that you don't jolt awake and, not have the full experience. And then I'll do your leg length. Just stand up straight. concentrate for me. Okay, that one and that one. Okay. Smile big for me. Okay. Do you have any allergies? Well, yes, technically it is a dream, but sometimes you can have a reaction because you think it's real. It's going to feel very realistic. Okay. I'll take a note of that. Anything else I should know before we start? Sleep paralysis can't be helped. We do have an on-call demon if that does happen, if that helps. Yes, she'll turn up in tight latex, which is why I asked about the latex allergies. Okay. So, let me get started. I guess we're very modern here. What, you thought I'd use like a quill? We're much more up to date than the dream people, please. So I have some questions, okay? First of all, I'm going to ask you about phobias. I just need you to answer yes or no, okay? It might not even be a full phobia, but even if you have that kind of shivery feeling that you don't like it, you let me know, okay? Alright, so bees, spiders, bugs in general, creepy crawlies, centipedes, crickets, grasshoppers, flies. Okay. Heights. You're scared of going up high. Scared of falling. Okay. We do include some of those dreams where you fall off something and you jolt awake, but they usually happen at the end of the nightmare, just so you know. Ghosts, demons, zombies, the like. Snakes. Are you scared of a little snake? Okay. Small spaces. Do you get claustrophobia? Clowns. Blood, gore in general. You have to answer truthfully. We will know if you're lying. You have to make the nightmare, more realistic. Water. Public humiliation. That's a good one. Loneliness. Death. Large open spaces. Huge objects. Bullying. And are you sensitive to hot or cold temperatures at all? Okay. Do you have any other phobias you'd like us to know about? We want to know every little detail. That's a good one. Let me just write that down. Okay. Now, let's get into the genre of the dream, shall we? We have a lot to choose from. You can just say yes or no again. It's kind of answered subconsciously anyway, so no point in trying to get out of it. And you can say yes to multiple genres, or none of them, and we'll just choose for ourselves. Okay, so Slasher. Zombie. You know, the classic zombies. Or maybe the fast running ones with the blood rage. We have all of them to choose from, so yeah. We'll choose rather than you. Most people wouldn't choose the fast, angry ones, so you know, we've got to just do it ourselves. Apocalyptic. Haunted house. So that can be anything from a house possession to ghosts, you know, demons and the like. Typical monster. Big scary monster. Psychological. So where it's kind of all in your head. Or is it? Possession. Love a good possession. And it could be you, it could be a friend, somebody else, a family member, somebody you really care about. Torture. It's not actual. It's just the torture part, you know. Think being locked in a room and having to cut a limb off. Personal favourite of mine. Cult. You want to be in a group of people that have a hive mind and don't really think much. Okay. Oh, finally we have sci-fi, which can involve anything from going into space, aliens, robots, different things that go into your body. Okay. Oh, I missed this one. Body horror. So maybe you're turning into something that you don't want to turn into. Okay. Perfect. Now, monster types. I'm going to go through some different types of monsters and creatures and just let me know your preferences, okay? Alright, so zombies. Vampires. Can be the kind of sexy type vampire, or maybe the devour everything vampire comes out during that 1 month where it's really dark. Again, we choose, not you. Werewolves. Witches. I love a witch. Merman. That's actually a new addition recently. They became popular. Merman or mermaid, I suppose. Yeah, suck you into the depths and drown you, play with you a little bit. Ghosts. Dolls. Like haunted dolls. Okay. Slime. This is also a recent addition. People play with slime all the time, then they end up dreaming about that it's like consuming them. Aliens. Could be an alien invasion. It could be taking you up to, give you the old probe. Okay. Doppelgangers. You see yourself. Spiders. Could be lots of little spiders. Could be giant spiders. Okay. An invisible being. And I don't mean like an imaginary friend or like a ghost. I mean an actual physical invisible person. Ancient being. So like maybe something buried under the earth for a long time that might be very angry. Trees and plants. This one comes with a warning. It's an 18 plus for this one. Okay. How about the good old masked murderer? Yes, fun. Chasing you round, stabbing random people, you know, the usual suspects. That one can also be a little bit of a murder mystery because as your friends and family are all getting horribly slaughtered, you can try and guess who's done it. Okay. Giants. No, nobody ever picks the giants. Fae folk. So, fairies, goblins, pixies. Or they can all be very, very evil and hungry. We have some specifically evil tooth fairies that are very hard to deal with. We had to call in a special team to deal with those, yeah. Death itself. You know, being chased by death itself might not be a physical person or thing you can see, but death. Okay. Speaking of death, the wind. You'd be surprised how many people get dispatched by the wind blowing something over. Yeah. Okay. Robots. This can include AI. It can include big corporate machines that control underground facilities, for example, or you know, just your standard killing robot. Okay, and finally, clowns. Okay, clowns have become popular again. They kind of had a dip after the whole clowns walking about on the side of the road at night, boring. They've come back recently thanks to our little friend Art. Yeah. Okay. Now, let's go for setting, as in where the nightmare will take place. I've got some options here again. Just let me know your preference. So we have the Outback. Now, that is Australia, but I mean this to include any kind of abandoned outdoor place that is at least 100 miles in each direction from anywhere. Okay. An abandoned school. We get like a lot of Japanese-esque things happening in old abandoned schools. Yokai, etc. Okay, an old house. Very good for haunting. Countryside. Now this one is different to Outback because countryside implies more European, usually British countryside, which is rural but also maybe close to a little village that only has like 20 people living there who maybe or maybe don't want to eat you. Okay. No, I missed out cannibals for Monster Type. How do you feel about cannibals? Okay. Back to setting. Cabin. Of course, in the woods. A cave. So underground, completely blocked off from everybody else. Might be dwellers in this cave. Okay, road. This one always includes a road trip. Yeah, it can be somebody just chasing you with a car. You know, goes to sleep for 20 odd years and then comes back. Right. Campus, as in a college campus. It could even be just a fully functioning one. It doesn't have to be abandoned. We've had some that were kind of like Groundhog Day going on at a college campus and stuff. Shopping mall. The classic, yeah. Let's see what else. Forest. Could be any type of forest. It's usually where demons live, cannibals, crazy hillbillies and the like, you know. Okay. Jungle. A ship. On board a ship, abandoned at sea. Maybe everybody else is dead. Okay. An island. So it a warehouse. So it might be the whole warehouse, it might just be you're locked in a room in the warehouse, or maybe you have to work your way through the warehouse in order to get to the next part of the nightmare. Okay. Now for questions for you. What would you like to be in the dream? You don't have to be yourself necessarily. You can be a different type of being if you want. So you can be human. Okay. Demon. A hunter. Could be just a regular hunter or like a demon hunter, you know. Depends how long you want the dream to last. If you're more into fighting and things, it will last longer because you'll, live longer. Okay. A slayer. That's very specific. Okay. Zombie. If you yourself want to be part of the scares. Okay. Vampire. Fairy. Could be good or bad, up to you. Goblin. Okay. How about a god? All powerful, yet we still manipulate the world. Okay. Would you like to be immortal? This is a very important one because even if you die horribly, we'll make sure it's horrible, you'll come back each time. So the dream can last anywhere from 6 hours to 12 hours. I say dream, I mean nightmare. Yeah. Okay. A ghost. You want to be a ghost. Right. A robot. Yeah. Okay. Maybe just a general badass. Okay. That one's always fun because you have to fight the monsters and things. Right, let's move on to weapons. So these are going to be your weapons. We actually get to choose the weapons of the monster or whoever you're fighting, so don't worry about that. But your weapons, again, let me know preferences, okay? A pistol, so just like a handgun. Yeah, you will be given a limited amount of ammo. It's not like an indefinite number. Okay. Shotgun. Sawed-off rifle. A knife. We mean like a basic kitchen knife, like, a decent size. Machete. Okay. A nail gun. Chainsaw. This one's quite popular, yeah. Scythe. We usually mean like the one that Death carries around if you wanted that. Right. Pepper spray. Pretty useless, yeah. A car. This can be used as both a weapon and transport, although it is, showing E on the gas mark, so. Got a few that are quite specific to the monster types here, so cross, steak, garlic, silver, holy water. Okay. A pencil. You can do all sorts of tricks with pencils. Flamethrower. Okay. Harpoon. The power of friendship and love. Okay. A hammer. Really, bash some brains in with a hammer. Doesn't run out of ammo. Okay. Beauty. Trust me, it's a weapon. Okay. Axe. And baseball bat. It can have barbed wire or it can be without, that's up to you. Okay. Right, finally, I just need to know whether you'd like to win or not at the end of the nightmare. So, if you'd like to be the final girl, guy, or person, or if you would prefer to be one of the victims. Okay, that's the answer everybody gives, and then I always reply with, that was a joke, we get to choose. Okay, so you're ready to go into your nightmare. Start of spooky season is very exciting, isn't it? Alright, so good luck in your endeavours. I might see you along the way. I'll be watching the whole time. There's no safe words, so I'm afraid you can't get out, you know. Okay then. Thank you so much for coming to the nightmare zone. We don't actually have a name yet. I just made that up right now. Maybe you'll see our friend. The Alice Steven, yeah. She's a good friend of mine, actually. Yeah, people say we look alike, but I really don't see it. Okay. Well, enjoy.